June is always a good time to be into gaming, because of course June is the month in which we have all the summer game showcases, and this year was definitely no different. Maybe it wasn't the best year of announcements, especially not if we compare it to the golden age with E3, but this year definitely wasn't a bad one. Now, of course, E3 has been gone for a while, Jeff Keighley stepped up with the Summer Games Fest, and all the publishers like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo are kinda just doing their own thing. But honestly, I had a pretty good time watching the showcases this year, because there were some games that either got me interested in them, where I wasn't interested in them before, or some surprises that I never saw coming, or just some games that I was already interested in and I wanted to see more, which we then of course got. And because of that, I just thought, why don't I sit down, turn on my mic and talk about these things? Talk about my favorite games that were shown at the summer showcases of 2023. And I'm gonna be talking about them in the order that they aired. Of course, the PlayStation Showcase was the very first one, but I already made a video about that on my channel. I'll have it show up on screen, I'll put it in the corner there. I go pretty in-depth into that showcase, why it didn't really meet my expectations, and why Sony kinda needs to get their shit together, especially when talking about showcases. So yeah, Sony aside, let's talk about all of those other showcases. Summer Games Fest, Xbox, Capcom, and I think those were the main ones. Of course, you also have Ubisoft, which I personally don't really care about. I don't think Ubisoft has made a good game in years. There was also the Future Game Show, which I don't think had anything that interesting. PC Gamer Show was very bad as always. And then there was also Summer of Gaming, which I didn't watch, but apparently Everhood 2 was announced there, which is very cool. I really loved Everhood 1. So I'm just mentioning this here. Now Everhood 2 looked really interesting, like a great evolution of the first game, which I actually talked about on my channel in the Backlog 2022 video, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of like a Bulletstorm rhythm game in the style of Undertale. Very, very good game. The second game looks like it's taking everything a step further, adding some RPG elements. It just looks really interesting, and I'm really, really excited for it. But yes, that was everything from Summer of Games. Just a small showcase. Now let's talk about the main ones. Starting with Summer Games Fest. And Summer Games Fest was pretty alright. It wasn't mind-blowing, but it was fun. It had some good stuff, and my personal highlight was definitely Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which we all knew was gonna be here. On Twitter, the Final Fantasy VII account has been tweeting for 7 days leading up to this event, just giving these developer comments. The comments themselves were kinda dumb. Some of them were like, yes, the game has a narrative, we have characters, and we have music. But apparently the Japanese ones had some hidden message in there. I just thought it was really interesting, and of course it got me really excited for this showcase. And the trailer that they showed was honestly really good. We got a good look at the story, we got a good look at the combat, at the open world, which is the thing that we wanted to see most, that last thing especially, because Final Fantasy VII Remake was kind of open world, hub based, but of course it only took place in Midgar, and it ended where the original Final Fantasy VII opened up and went full open world. So me and a lot of other people were always very curious, how is the open world gonna look in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? And while we didn't get too many details, we got our first look at it, and honestly, it just looks really good. The game is also gonna be massive, because they said that it's gonna be coming on 2 discs. At first I was like, yeah, 2 discs, that's normal. Final Fantasy VII Remake for PS4 also came on 2 discs. But then I thought about it, and it's like, this is a PS5 game. This is a 2 discs PS5 game. This is gonna be so incredibly big. Usually 2 disc games start happening around the ending of a console's lifecycle. And if they're doing it now, when the lifecycle is kind of just starting, honestly, I think it's gonna be insane. The game is gonna be massive. I'm super excited for it. Everything that they showed just looked really good. From the combat with the new controllable characters, kinda sad that we didn't get a look at Vincent or any of the other characters, but I'm pretty sure we'll see them before release, which we also got a more specific release window for, being early 2024. So many games are coming out in early 2024, I'm gonna be saying this a few times. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, incredible. Another Final Fantasy VII thing that they showed, Ever Crisis, which still looks cool. It's a game that I've always been interested in, but it's only coming to mobile. Square, why? Like, why? This looks like it's a one-to-one remake of the original Final Fantasy VII, of Crisis Core, of Dirge of Cerberus, of all of these things from the Final Fantasy VII compilation. It would be so cool to have this available, especially with the remake trilogy going into such a more reimagining direction instead of remake. So it would have been so cool to have it, but mobile only. Apparently it also has some gacha elements, which I'm not a fan of. Like, I don't have anything against gacha games, I play a few myself, but I did not think that this game needed it. Apparently it is only cosmetics though, so that's fine, I guess. I don't know. This game just sounded really cool in concept, one-to-one remake of the Final Fantasy VII compilation, but then Square did a Square Enix move and they made it mobile-only gacha game. So yeah, I don't really get it. But then, moving on from Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy VII, another cool thing that they showed, but I didn't really know why it was shown here, was Spider-Man 2. And yeah, I don't know why this was here, considering that Sony had their own showcase, and there wasn't even that much here anyway. Like, yes, the things that we saw were very cool. We got the box art revealed, which looks beautiful. We got this really cool art of Venom with Miles and Peach on it. We got this cool art of Kraven, and we got the release date of October 20th, if I remember correctly. And then we got a small story hint as well, being that Eddie Brock will not be Venom in this game. But that was basically it, and I'm just sitting here wondering, why is this shown here? At PlayStation they had a massive gameplay demo. At the end of that demo, me and everyone else was expecting there to be a release date on screen, but there wasn't. It felt like it was missing, and then now they just revealed it here. Like, sure, I guess it looked cool. I just think it was really strange. But yeah, that's it. So Spider-Man 2 was here, and it did look really cool. But then besides for those things, which were my main highlights kinda, there were also some other small things that looked interesting to me, like the new JRPG Sandland being based on the classic manga series. I am not familiar with this manga, but I do like classic manga. I just like manga and anime in general. The JRPG just looked really fun, it looked beautiful as well, it had a really nice art style to it. So I'm interested, I'm aboard. I don't think this is gonna be like a groundbreaking revolutionary game, but it just looked like a lot of fun. And sometimes that's all you need, so I am looking forward to that game. Something else was Lies of P, which actually got a demo. I have the demo installed, I haven't played it yet. I've been too busy with Tears of the Kingdom and Jedi Survivor, but I will get around to it. I might even make a video on it, because I love Bloodborne. This game looks very inspired by Bloodborne, so I really want to give it a try. Another thing, Alan Wake 2 was shown, which looks really good. I haven't played the first Alan Wake yet, but I have it. It's on my shelf. I just haven't had the time to play it yet, and I really want to. Alan Wake 1 already looks like a good time, and Alan Wake 2 just looks like that but better, so it was cool to see. I liked the gameplay that they showed, I liked the trailer that they showed. It was good. And I think that those were like all the things from the Summer Games Fest. And also all the things for Thursday. Or at least that's what I thought. So to segue into the next showcase, which is the Xbox One, a big leak happened for something that was supposed to be revealed at Xbox. If you know me, you already know what I'm talking about. Of course, it was the Persona leak. And it was really crazy. Like, me and my friends watched the Summer Games Fest showcase, we chilled a bit in VC, played some games. After a few hours, I went to bed. But as soon as I was in bed, my friends started calling me, they were texting me, they were like, join VC right now, you will not believe this. So I joined, I was really fucking tired, and there it was, the Persona 3 remake, Persona 3 Reload reveal teaser trailer. Of course, I'm not gonna talk about this trailer here in detail. I have a video on my channel breaking down the trailer, basically going frame by frame, seeing what this trailer had to hide. I'll have it show up on screen, I'll have it in the corner, I'll probably have it in the description as well. So I'm not gonna be spending too much time on it, but it looked really good. Then of course there was another leak, Persona 5T, Persona 5 Tactics. And I just realized that I don't think I've given my opinion on this game yet publicly. Like, not even on my Twitter I think I tweeted about it, because I've been too preoccupied with Persona 3. So I guess my opinion on Persona 5 Tactics is that it looks fun. And that's kinda it. I'm not that excited for it, which is surprising because I really like strategy RPGs. I really like Persona 5, I love these characters. But I don't know, this just looks like fun, and I will definitely play it, but I'm not like, I need to play this day one, and I don't really know why. Maybe I'm just kinda done with Persona 5? Like, I played the vanilla game, I played Royal, I played Strikers, I played Dancing, and while I had a really good time with all of them, I'm just kinda ready to move on. Like, sure, I'll take more, I'm sure that it's gonna be a great time, but I just don't need this game day one. But I'm sure that it'll be fun once I do play it. But that was it then for the leaks. And because that was it for the leaks, everyone thought that that was it for Atlus. But no, at the Xbox showcase, Atlus came out once again with yet another announcement, and one that I don't think anyone saw coming. It was the return of a project that everyone thought was dead because we haven't heard from it in so long. Project Re-Fantasy, now known as Metaphor Re-Fantasio. I'm definitely gonna have to get used to that title, but the game looks incredible. Of course, it's an Atlus game, the first teaser that we got years ago looked really interesting, and now we got a re-reveal, which got me super excited. The game looks absolutely gorgeous, from its world design to its character design. Just everything about it looks like something that I love. The combat looks like a really cool twist on the SMT combat. Of course, we didn't get to see a lot from it, but from the few frames that we got, I could see some elements that I remember being in SMT3 Nocturne, which I really enjoyed. So, having another Atlus game with a similar combat system to SMT Persona, all of that stuff, things that I love basically, Atlus doing something kinda completely different, really into it. Very excited to see where this goes. Because while it is a new IP and it is Atlus doing something new, it still feels familiar in a way. Like, as I was saying, comparing it to SMT or Persona, the MC looks very Atlus. He even has this little pixie-looking side character. The little hints that we got to the story from this trailer as well, super interesting, kinda gave me a Nier vibe, like Nier Automata, Nier Replicant, all things that I love. So yes, I'm fully aboard, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more about this game. And then we got some other stuff at the Xbox showcase that looked really interesting, but that I don't have that much to say about compared to the previous things. Namely, the first one being Cyberpunk 2077's DLC. Now, I haven't played Cyberpunk 2077, I'm interested in playing it, I've always been interested in it, but I wasn't like super hyped like the rest of the internet was. So when the release happened and the whole thing about the game being unfinished, the broken mess happened, I was like, oh, that's a shame, but I wasn't too affected by it. But now, the DLC and everything that's supposed to come with the DLC, like completely reworked police AI, completely reworked skill trees, cyber psychosis being brought into the game, all of these things make me interested again into the game. So I'm definitely picking it up once it releases in like a physical Game of the Year or complete edition kind of thing. Then something else that caught my interest, that I'm already interested in from before this trailer, was the new Yakuza game, or Like a Dragon as it's called now. Like a Dragon 8 Infinite Wealth. And I don't have that much to say about it, just because while I enjoy Yakuza, I'm not like that into it, I don't like absolutely love it. I played 0, which was really good, I played 1, which was also pretty good, I like that as well, but I just haven't continued. I don't know, there's something about it. I like it, and I like it when I'm playing it, but I'm not that into it. I don't know what it is with it. But I do have Kiwami 2 as well, laying here on my shelf next to Alan Wake 1. So I think that I might just play Kiwami 2 and then move on to 7 like a dragon. Because while I like what I played of Yakuza, 7 looks more like something that I would personally enjoy. So I don't know what I'll do yet. Maybe I'll play the whole franchise. Maybe I'll go from 2 to 7 and then maybe I'll go back one day. I don't know. But Infinite Wealth was here and it kinda just gave me an excuse to talk about Yakuza, so that's what I did just now. The trailer also reminded me of JoJo Part 9, the JoJo lands, you know, Infinite Wealth being set in Hawaii. I feel like 2 people are gonna get this reference. I don't care, those 2 people are very based. Moving on to the next game, which is a new IP from Capcom, Path of the Goddess. It looked cool, it looked interesting, but I just need to know more. It's a game that, yeah, I don't know, it took my interest. I'm on the lookout for it in future showcases. I was on the lookout for it in the Capcom showcase, but they literally just showed the same trailer again. So yeah, that's basically it. It looks cool, but I need to see more before I can say that I'm fully aboard and that I'm actually full on excited for this game. And then of course the final thing of the Xbox showcase, the thing that took like 45 minutes, Starfield being shown. Now I didn't watch the full 45 minutes because I don't think Starfield is really my type of game. Like, I haven't really played a Bethesda game before. I feel like I'm one of the only people. Like, I have Skyrim, I haven't played it yet. Kinda looking for the right time to get into that, but I also don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't know if it's my type of game. So I have the same with Starfield. While I look at it and I think this is cool, I don't know if I'm really gonna be able to enjoy it as much as everyone else. But yeah, it looked cool, and it's like a really big game that's gonna come out soon, so I thought it would be wrong to not even mention it. Like, it looked good, it looked better than expected, because Bethesda doesn't have the best background in the past few years, but this looks really good. Maybe this is the game that'll bring them back up, which is something that I really need. But now, moving on to the final showcase, the Capcom showcase. And I didn't really have high expectations for it. I had basically no expectations, but I did have 2 wishes. And both of those wishes basically came true, because I wanted to see Ace Attorney, which I never fucking expected, and Pragmata, which I kind of expected. So let's talk about these 2 things, starting off with Ace Attorney, and what a fucking surprise. Ace Attorney got its 2nd trilogy remaster. Ace Attorney 4 up until 6 will get a remaster. It will release in early 2024, just like fucking Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, just like Persona 3 Reload. We also have Ace Attorney, the Apollo Justice trilogy now. I actually played the first trilogy a while ago, and while it's a very episodic game, kinda going from case to case, and a lot of cases because of that are very hit or miss, I went out of it really enjoying the games, and especially looking back at it, I really enjoyed my time with those characters. And I was waiting for so long for this remaster of the 2nd trilogy that literally a few weeks ago I gave up and I started Apollo Justice, the 4th game, on my DS. And of course, after you give up all hope, after you start the game on your DS, Capcom decided to just announce a remaster. So I'm super excited for this. I'm really happy that I'm gonna be able to play 4, 5, 6 on my PS5 or on my PC, whatever, where I can look at it in all of its beauty and where I can see these characters again. So yeah, I'm actually really excited for that. And that was a massive surprise. I literally screamed when it's happened during the showcase. It was amazing. I really liked it. And then the other game that we saw at Capcom, which I already mentioned, was Pragmata. And sadly, we got another delay. But honestly, I don't think the delay is that big of a deal. Of course, it's always sad when a game gets delayed, especially Pragmata. It went from 2022 to 2023 to now indefinitely delayed. But I'm not too worried. We got some snippets and gameplay in this trailer, which looked really cool. I just want the devs to take their time, because Pragmata is a game that we don't know a lot about, but it just looks so interesting. Everything we've seen from it just hits right. It has this very intriguing Kojima vibe to it, kinda, and as someone who loved Death Stranding, I just can't wait to find out more. The trailers look super interesting, from the world to the characters. even with this very small amount that we've seen. And I could talk more about Pragmata, but a friend of mine just uploaded a video very recently about Pragmata as well. And he does a really good job at explaining why it looks so intriguing from the trailers, and also why the delay isn't really a bad thing. So you heard my take on it now. I went over it very quickly. I'm basically in complete agreement with what he says in his video, so I'll have it linked in the description. I'll have it show up on screen as well. Please check the video out, it's a really good video, and if you're interested in Pragmata, then I know that you're gonna love it. Then besides for Pragmata and Ace Attorney, there was one more game that I do want to mention from the Capcom showcase, being Exoprimal. Okay, no, that's a joke. Being Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, a game from the same developers as Ace Attorney. It's actually a remaster of a DS game, I think. I'm just pretty interested in it. They released a demo as well, which I will also have to check out at some point. I just really love Ace Attorney. From what I've seen, Ghost Trick looks pretty cool, so it is another game that I have my eye on and that I will be checking out at some point. But that was it for the Capcom showcase. Besides that, they basically just showed Exoprimal, and I don't know what's up with Exoprimal. I've literally never heard anyone be excited for Exoprimal, but they always show it for so long, and they show it in every showcase. They show gameplay, they keep talking about it. They even showed it again in the extended Xbox showcase. I don't know what's up with that game. If you're excited for it, let me know actually. I want to know if there's anyone genuinely excited for Exoprimal. But with that, I will end my video as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments, is there anything that happened during the showcases that really took your interest? What were your highlights of the show, or what was a game that you wanted to be shown but maybe wasn't shown? Just let me know all of your thoughts about the showcases in the comments down below. But with that, I'm gonna end the video. Be sure to check out my channel, leave a like, subscribe, all the support is greatly appreciated. But I hope you all enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.